So the help mark, to ask for help, becomes to prevent people from helping. It's a bit uncomfortable. However, is everything hopeless? Not at all. One morning on a train, I feel sick and almost blacked out. But someone next to me noticed, got off at the next station, called station staff, and said, "Take care of some difficulties you can't see. We are living our life like everyone else." What you can do is actually simple. Use your imagination. Even if you feel something different, don't judge negatively. Instead, imagine there might be invisible struggles. Then, pay a little attention. I don't mean you always should, but if you just keep in mind, you will be ready to act when something happens. Ask, "Are you okay?" Give you a seat, carry bags, call stop. Not sure how to help? Flip the tag. Sometimes there is a guide on the back. You don't need special skills. It's the same kindness as picking a drop keys or giving directions. Recently, people with mental illness and other invisible difficulties are increasing. You may see this red tag more often. Of course, I sometimes think society could do more, changing mark design or workplace support. However, no matter how much systems improve, your imagination and kindness will continue to be important. You don't need to hesitate with your kindness. You see, we wear it because we want help when something happens. Even if we say, "I'm fine, thank you," your action is exactly why help exists. The next day, in a packed train, you will check your phone, listen to music, and go to shop. Then this time, you can see something there, right? A tag? But it'll be different from what you saw today. That is everything about the red tag you will see tomorrow. Thank you.
Now, we'll have the 3 minutes question and answer period. Mr. Kubota, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Ayaka-san, the red tag help mark ambassador. My first question is maybe the most famous tag in Japan is the maternity mark, right? And when we see that, we all know that the woman is pregnant and we all know what to do. But the most different thing between the help mark and the maternity mark is that for the help mark, the condition of the person, conditions differs by person. So it's very difficult to guess and difficult to imagine what we should do. So how should we kind of give an appropriate support when seeing the red tag?
Actually, there is no perfect solution to act for the red tag users, because as you said that there are a lot of various diseases in the help mark users. So I recommend to just imagine there might be some invisible struggles, then don't to have the prejudice or biases that he is abnormal or different from others. So, but if you can help, if you want to help mark users, try to ask first, "Are you okay?" Then if the help mark users can answer that, maybe he says some following guidelines or something like, "I want to rest in the bedroom," or "I want to call my parents," so you can act, depends on the person.
Okay, so for example, like saying things like, "Are you okay?" That might be a good approach, but maybe, this is also maybe, some people are having kind of panic disorder and they might cause panic by being talked to, spoken to by a stranger, right? Even if just the word is "Are you okay?" It's very kind of word. So what should we do with this kind of case? How can
is like for those who help or...
Yes, because it might cause risk, it might have a risk of causing things, making things worse.
Like, I think I want to say to the helper to don't be afraid to help other person. Because as I said before, we're it because we want help when something happens. So, like, I want you to change imagination that, to hesitate to ask help.
So maybe there might be some kind of risk causing, like, the person's panic disorder or something like that, but maybe this kind of risk, so maybe rather you need to talk to them and give them support. And maybe last thing, I just forgot to ask about yourself. So you said you have depression, you have sleep disorders, right? And then that's why you're having that red tag. So what kind of support would be necessary for you?
For only me?
Yes.
Yeah.
For you.
Thank you for listening. And I have sleep disorders and depression. Then I have actually insomnia. It means I cannot sleep very well. I want to sleep about 7 hours, but I only sleep 1 hour or 2 hours, so that I feel not really good on the morning or the packed train. Then for me, I want the other person to care me and ask, are you okay? Then if he could, I want them to get off the train with me and call the station staff so that I can rest in the station staff room. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kubota and Ms. Isaka. Now, it is judging time. The first session of the prepared speech has finished. Now, the distinguished judges will leave this room. Please stand up and give them a big round of applause. にセカンドセッションが始まります。ご着席になってお待ちください。 attention, please. Everyone, I would like to start the second session of the prepared speech. The distinguished judges will enter this hall. Please stand up and welcome them with a big round of applause. Everyone, let us welcome the sixth speaker of this contest. The sixth speaker is Mr. Taiki Maruyama, representing the University of Tokyo. The title of his speech is When in Rome. When in Rome. Now, Mr. Maruyama, please come up to the stage and lead us to your brand new world.
Thank you, the Masters of Ceremony and the honorable judges. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. What is the first thing people often say to you when you meet for the first time? For me, it's, aren't you hot in the jacket? Actually, I always wear British classic tailoring with the shirt and the jacket on. At university, on a day off, and even in hot and humid weather. At first, it was just a hobby. So, as such, I sometimes felt overdressed and out of place in some situations. However, the encounter with a person completely changed my mind. The person is a famous British etiquette coach named William Hanson. He said, when you Rome, do as the British do. It is a parody of the proverb, when you Rome, do as the Romans do. According to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, it means when you are in a foreign country or a situation you are not familiar with, you should behave the way people around you behave. But Mr. Hanson, by humorously saying that phrase, claims that the British manners never go wrong everywhere. Hearing that phrase, I thought, if he is consistent with his British manners, I too can be confident in my jacket discipline. Yes, it is alright to do as I do, even in Rome. Also, I happen to realize that it contains the essence of identity. So, my take-home message is regarding identity. I summed it up into 3 Ds: definition, discovery, and development. At the first step, definition, let me define and then explain the meaning, the importance of the identity. The Cambridge Handbook of Social Theory reads, identities are the sets of meaning that define who we are in terms of the roles we have, the groups or social categories to which we belong, and the characteristics that make us different from others. This speech will focus on the third point, partly because I don't want to turn this Fukuzawa Trophy into United Nations, but mainly because identity and uniqueness is what we must seek. According to the East Asian Forum in 2025, it is crucial for Japan to embrace diversity in the workplace due to its labor shortage coming from its shrinking population. It may sound good for promoting so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion, but at the same time, it might be the case that they may see no value in it unless you are unique. That is why we must seek uniqueness and unique identity. But however, you needn't to wear a jacket in summer with the risk of heat stroke, and it is actually okay to follow French manners at most restaurants. What is important is to find your identity. Hence, the second part, discovery. Please note that it's not the same as ego. In Japan, we learn not to show our ego. Standing out? How dare you? But identity is not to break the harmony. It's to find your color within it. It's not only about what you think you are, but also about how the others recognize you. So, try to answer one of these questions. What do you enjoy so much that you lose track of time? For what do others notice or compliment to you? What do you do differently from others? They may help your trait inside you, which is the potential identity for you. That is your potential identity. That is your potential identity. At the last step, development is the process of nurturing your identity. Your trait grows when it is practiced. Days, months, and years of practicing your identity will turn it into a part of your life and even a part of you. For me, every morning I wake up, come up with the outfit of the day, wear like so, and just go out. Without hesitation, just as I breathe. Since I have extremely busy mornings, the whole process takes only 7 minutes. But those 7 minutes is my confirmation process of my own identity. Remember, remember, even small thing or daily habit will do. For me, it all began with just a jacket. So, keep in mind my definition for your discovery and development of your identity. To encourage you, I would say, when you roll, do as you do. Even you roll, do as you do. Especially in row, do as you do. Thank you.
Now, we have a 3-minute question and answer period. Mr. Kubota, please.
Okay, Taki-san, thank you so much for your speech, and you look great in that. Yeah, as always, right? Okay, very well. My first question is, so you discussed about identity, right? What is the difference between identity and ego?
Identity and what?
Egoism.
Ego. Okay. And ego has the risk of breaking the harmony, and identity is not only about what you are, but also about how others think or behave or react to you. So ego is of course a negative one, which is because it's breaking harmony. So that's what distinguishes ego and identity, I think.
Okay, very good. And also, maybe in some situation, we need to hide our identities, right? And like the time, the place, occasion, right? So where should we where do you draw a borderline? Like where you should hide your identity, or where it is okay for you to show your own identity?
I think it's case by case, but yeah, generally it's like it's sometimes like a coin. Like it has double faces, and one face is identity, and the other face is like ego. And we need to hide our ego, of course, in order to keep harmony. And to name an example, yeah, it's easy to name so-called foreign problems. Yeah, it is sometimes the case that foreign people, I don't name a particular nation or country, but foreign people can cause some trouble, and they claim that it's because it's a culture, we are presenting our identity, but of course it's quite annoying for me, Japanese, for us Japanese citizens, and that's what ego is, breaking harmony and causing problems.
Okay, yeah, so I was just thinking about the next question regarding the foreign issue, like you already answered, so you can just skip that question and proceed my last question. So, think about just like fashion, okay? 30 years ago, it was very kind of like a rude or something like that. Maybe it was like a very different for wearing like only t-shirts and jacket, even in summer seasons. Many people had to wear a suit and like tie, right? Wear a tie, but thanks to Koike-san's cool biz concept, the trend has already shifted, right? So it's nothing weird, even wearing t-shirts, only t-shirts at office in summer seasons, right? So maybe the kind of like the government or much something which has a bigger power might have like an opportunity or possibility to change the trend itself, right? So if you're asked to, like, if you're kind of like a governor, and if you have something you could like promote, and you were able to change the trend, old-fashioned trend or something like that, what kind of trend or would you like to change?
Yes. First of all, I don't think making a trend is not all about developing some hobbies or something. Because it sometimes means to change the tradition, right? I think to make a trend is to make a choice or make choices. We can even wear, actually, like me, we can wear a jacket and shirt and tie even in hot and humid weather, and this is how we make choices. So I would try to make choices not to break traditions, and also not to like suppress the people who don't want to wear a jacket, and both choices. I would like to make both choices available.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the time is up.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kubota and Mr. Maruyama.
Thank you.
Now, it is judging time. Everyone, let us welcome the 7th speaker of this contest. The 7th speaker is Ms. Aiki Shirakawa, representing Waseda University. The title of her speech is The Invisible Smoking Room. The Invisible Smoking Room. Now, Ms. Shirakawa, please come up to the stage and lead us to your brand new world.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Timekeeper, and honorable judges. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. What a nice smell. I really love this. If I sprayed a strong perfume all over my body and sat next to you, what would you think? Most people would probably think, ew, stay away. Then should I feel a little guilty about my manners? Or can I assert my right to freely wear my favorite perfume? Well, it's still debatable. But if that perfume contained toxic substances, the story would change. It would no longer be about manners or personal rights. No one here would argue for preferences over public health. But what if we weren't talking about some fictional harmful perfume, but about cigarettes? What would you think? It happened about 2 years ago. I was on a Shinkansen bound for Kobe to participate in a singing contest. The passenger next to me began rocking his leg nervously and left his seat. I thought he had gotten off the train, but 15 minutes later, he returned, his body reeking of cigarette smoke. I felt sick. I have asthma and cannot tolerate smoke, so I had paid the extra fee early to reserve a seat farthest from the smoking room. I was confused. How did this happen? I was by the window feeling completely trapped in an invisible smoking room due to his smoky breath and the smell clinging to his clothes. It was nothing short of torture. How was he then? He was just relaxing and enjoying watching videos on his smartphone. Similar situations may be happening around you, even on campus. Aren't there students who smoke right up until class, then rush in and sit next to you without hesitation? They believe that as long as they follow the rule to smoke only in designated areas, non-smokers have no grounds to complain. But why do they think that? One day, I happened to find a clue on a warning notice in the elevator lobby of my apartment. It read, "Please refrain from smoking on balconies as the smell is affecting other residents' laundry." After seeing the notice several times, I became curious and started researching whether smoking on balconies was illegal. That's when I came across the concept of third-hand smoke. Have you ever heard of it? Simply put, third-hand smoke refers to the toxic particles that linger on a smoker's hair, clothing, and indoor surfaces long after the visible smoke is gone. Studies show that smokers exhale harmful substances for at least 45 minutes after smoking. When others inhale these residual toxins, they can experience health problems either immediately or later on. Suddenly, I remember the night I arrived in Kobe. I had an asthma attack for the first time in years. Perhaps it was caused by third-hand smoke. Apparently, third-hand smoke is a well-known concept in many developed countries, but why hasn't it taken root in Japan? While second-hand smoke is being addressed everywhere, third-hand smoke is rarely discussed, and the concept is severely missing from our society. That's likely why that passenger on the Shinkansen and those students could sit next to non-smokers without hesitation. On March 2024, 6 months after I decided never to reserve a seat on the Tokaido Shinkansen again, they abolished its smoking rooms. I was thrilled to hear the news. But in that interview, a middle-aged man said, "It's so sad that the smoking rooms are gone, but there are still smoking areas on the platform. Well, I think I'll be okay since I can smoke just before boarding." Did you know that Japan is globally lagging behind in smoking prevention movements? In 2004, Ireland became the first country to introduce a nationwide smoking ban, and many others followed. They recognized that protecting public health from passive smoke is more important than the convenience of smokers. In 2023, New Zealand attempted to pass a law banning smoking for the younger generation. Although the legislation ultimately failed, it sent a powerful message to the world. It's now 2025. Even though the world has been moving away from smoking for more than 20 years, Japan still clings to the idea of separating smokers and non-smokers instead of aiming for a total ban. The idea of separating smokers may sound reasonable at first, but the concept is vague and has many hidden issues. For example, isn't it strange that non-smokers are often required to clean smoking rooms in cafes or restaurants? It's said separate smoking has changed from a matter of manners to a rule, but what difference does it make if the victims continue to suffer? To be honest, I think Japan should aim to ban smoking like other developed countries, but our government is unlikely to do so. Then, what should we do? We should aim for a society where there is no invisible smoke as well as visible smoke. My ideal society is one where non-smokers don't have to put up with the smell of cigarettes and can say, "Excuse me, but it's third-hand smoke." And smokers would reply, "Oh, I'm sorry." And if smokers would just keep their distance a little, perhaps non-smokers might even find them as considerate people instead of feeling aversion. Yes, the concept of third-hand smoke is also the concept of being considerate for others. If everyone here changes their perspective, then we can build a better society. So, smoker or non-smoker? Let's take time to research and understand the third-hand smoke correctly today. Share it on social media and discuss it with your friends and family. If we successfully embed it into our society, there would no longer be the need to compare smoking to wearing perfume, and nobody would be trapped in the invisible smoking room anymore. Thank you.
3-minute question and answer period. Mr. Kubota, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Aiki-san. So, I don't smoke, and well, I felt that your target of the speech is mainly focused